Vivians, I welcome you to a shorter video today because I spent a lot of my time this morning looking for the clip to clip the camera to the tripod, and then trying to fix my monitors because they come unplugged. So we haven't got a lot of time today to talk about my, let's say, thoughts on the David Tennant and Catherine Tate news. Because obviously I made a video on it, but because I made the video late, as on the Sunday when it got announced, I was watching Eurovision, as because of the Saturday I was watching Alan Partridge live. So I couldn't necessarily go and film it. So on the Monday at college, because I had finished the project we were doing, I had enough time to go back and fix that, and then commemorate a video and make sure it was all alright, remove bits and bobs, added bits and bobs. So there you have it, that's why that happened, right? So I'm going to talk about that news today. We're gonna talk about that news today. We're gonna talk about that news today. Now before we do that, I would like to say, in the description is a link to my website. Recently, I've been updating my website and it's currently in a nearly finished state. There's 2 bits left. There's a page on there called Sitcoms that will be fixed. As of after this, by the time this video is uploaded, it'll be under in construction, it'll be under fixture. And the other page is YouTube channels. Obviously, I'm on with fixing that, but there's a few bits and bobs I have to sort out first before I can go ahead and fix it. Because the way I've added them on there in the first place, I can only add 2, so I have to find another way of adding the YouTube channels. So there you have it. They're all my bits and bobs of information. Now let's get right into the video. So, Catherine Tate, David Tennant, they're back for the 60th anniversary with an S, because obviously it's going to be a collection of specials. The way the 60th anniversary works for Blue Peter was you're in the Royal Albert Hall in the BBC. No, they weren't in the Royal Albert Hall. They were in the building where the BBC Philharmonic Orchestra work. They all sat round tables with the generations. So you had what was left, who's still alive from the early days, from the 50s, and who's still alive. So we had like we had, oh, I'm trying to think now. We had Russell. Oh no, I don't remember the names. But obviously they sat on these tables, right? So with them sitting on these tables, it meant that sitting on these tables meant that they could talk to each other. Now, the reason why I mentioned this is because if Doctor Who wasn't going to do a film series of specials, they could do that. That could just be a way to bring back Doctor Who Confidential, with them all sat around tables, like David Tennant's era, Matt Smith's era, Peter Capaldi's era. But with the Matt Smith era and the Peter Capaldi era, this all overlap with Clara. The David Tennant era doesn't overlap with anyone. The Christopher Eccleston era does overlap. But Paul McGann doesn't overlap. None of the classic Who people overlap. Obviously, they would have to exclude William Hartnell, the first 3 Doctors. Obviously, but you can get the Big Finish actors in, or you could get the family in, like the sons and daughters. So, there you go. Do I want Catherine Tate and David Tennant to return like they did in their era of Doctor Who? Yes and no. Yes, because it'd be fun to see it, and no, because, well, how are you going to make that work anymore? Obviously, Yasmin Finney is also going to be in this with David and Catherine. So, It's interesting. Now, if Catherine's lost her memory, would she learn who the Doctor is all over again? Or would that kill her? Or will this be an alternate timeline? The same timeline that Rose and her father are in? Who actually knows? Who knows? Who actually knows? Because I don't. So, am I excited for this? Yes, I am. Am I curious to know what's going on? Yes. Have I seen the set videos and photos of David Tennant with a new sonic screwdriver and him running about, and the exterior, the outside, is Jodie Whittaker's TARDIS? Yes, I have, and I've watched YouTubers talk about it. I'm not into talking about news of that type, because really, that's spoiling it for you lot. So I want to talk about possibilities, theories, upcomings, news that's been officially in that, fan stuff, all sorts. I don't want to talk about, oh, David Tennant's on set, he's running around with a new sonic screwdriver. Oh look, they just shouted the word mum. I don't want to do that. Other YouTubers can happily do that, but that's not my bread and butter, my cup of tea, my chalk and cheese, if that's the correct term to use there. So, am I excited for 2023? You bet you I am. Well, I'm not excited for 2025, but that's going to be a third channel video. But, will Doctor Who be back? Will it be a one-off? Probably, because 60th, you'd have to celebrate classic and new Who all in one. They tried to do that at the 50th, but it worked, but it wasn't a big enough link. I would have preferred if they did something over, even more action than just Tom Baker, just scene where they had all out of context clips of all the Doctors. So, there you have it. That's my brief thoughts on the matter. That's my brief thoughts on the matter. Whoa. I've got to go and edit this video now, because there's a bit I need to cut out. I don't know why I said that in song, because you won't have seen the bit I needed to cut out. Thank you guys for watching. Time for that. Bye! Hope you enjoyed the new title sequence.